Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night, warriors. This is Mr. Nava with the first cello beginning video of the year. Now, this video is going to go over how to hold your bow, how to play your instrument correctly, how to sit correctly, but also how to read your music. Reading the music is very important because when we come back from intercession, we're going to try to play the other 3 songs from Guess This Song Warriors, and I'm also going to be passing out new music. So the more you know about how to read music, the better it's going to be and the easier it's going to be for you. All right? So first of all, I want to show you some stuff about the notes. Now you have your staff right here, and you have your 4 open strings. The cello finger chart that I gave to you guys has that on there. It has them boxed off like this. Like that. It separates them, and then it says open strings over here. Because these 4 notes are your open strings. The places where they are. On this line is an open string, this line, and this down here. Okay? The lowest one is going to be, of course, your biggest string, C. All right? Then you have your G on the bottom line of the staff. Then you have the D note, open D string, on the 3rd line of the staff, the middle line. And then you have your open A on the top line of the staff. Okay? It's really important that you know where these are, because then the rest of the notes where you put fingers down, it's going to be a lot easier as long as you know these 4. All right? So a good warm-up that I want you guys to do, if you're watching this at home, I want you to have your cello out, and I want you to have your bow. Okay? Because I'm still noticing some people holding their bow incorrectly, so I'm going to do a really quick thing on showing you how to hold your bow correctly. Just the way we did in the beginning of the year. You put your hand up, and then you let your wrist go limp. Okay? Then you put the bow in there. The thumb goes on the back of the frog right here, so that's where it holds it, and your other fingers just go down like that. Okay? I don't want you to grab the bow like this, because then you can get a really harsh sound with that. Let me show you. When you grab the bow like that, your muscles won't allow for a smooth sound. It'll sound like that at first. If you're holding it loose and you have the thumb in the background where the middle finger is, then you get a much smoother sound. A good exercise that I want you to do is to pull your bow from the frog, that's this part right here, all the way across the string and to the tip of the bow, and then go back. I want you to watch the bow when you do this. So we'll start on C string to do that. Make sure you're holding your bow correctly. Pull it all the way across, all the way to the tip. Once it gets to the tip, switch directions and go the other way. Okay? Then I want you to do it on G. All the way across. Make sure that you don't play any other strings, just the G string. Okay, watch it as it goes across. As it gets to the frog, stop. Okay? What some people are doing is that when they're playing the inside strings, the G and the D string, they're not keeping the bow level on the string, so it's sounding like this. They end up playing 2 strings at the same time. See what I'm doing there? I'm lifting it up and down like that, because when you have it all the way closest to your body, that's for the C string. Then you bring it more this way, that's for the G. And you have to stay on that level in order to stay on that string. Okay? If you're kind of going all over the place, it's not going to sound as good. Okay? So make sure that you're keeping your bow level on the strings. Same thing with D. All the way to the tip and all the way back. Okay? And then A. Kind of have to bring it over this way. And bring it further out. Okay? That's your A. Another thing that I want you guys to do is I want you to focus on where you put your fingers. Alright? When you put the finger down on the string, I want you to put your finger down on the tape, just like that. But I don't want you to go further than the tape. I see some people just doing this, and let me show you, okay? Let's put the bow at the end of where my finger is, because that's where the string would cut off. Lift up the finger, and it's not on the tape. it's further than the tape, okay? If you put the finger right where the tape ends, on top of it, but right where it ends, that's going to be in tune, right there, okay? So when you're doing the same exercise that I just showed you, going from the frog to the tip, to the tip, to the frog, I want you to do it once, to the tip, back to the frog, then pay attention to your finger, put it down exactly where it's supposed to be, at the edge of the tape, but not further than, on top of the, on top of the tape, but not further than the edge. Then do the same thing. Go to the tip. Then your next finger would be the ring finger. Same thing. Make sure that the finger's lined up. Make sure that you're balancing your bow. The pinky comes next. Make sure that it's lined up. Okay, and then you would go to the next string, G. Okay, watch your fingers when you're doing this. Don't just be like, okay, because you're not developing your muscle memory that way. Muscle memory is going to help when you put your fingers down in the same place every single time. You're going to get used to putting them down in tune, in place, in exactly the right place. And that's what we want to do. We want to sound in tune, all right? Now, going back to the board. Well, let me take this up with me. So, you have your open C right here, right? Then a C1 would look like this. That's how C1 would look, because music, the notes on your staff go up one note at a time by being on a line, then a space. The next one up would be on that line, and then the next one up would be on this space, okay? Let me explain. These little lines are called ledger lines, okay? You have them when you have notes that are further down than the bottom line of the staff and further up than the top line of the staff. So these are called ledger lines. Your open C has two ledger lines, and the open C is on the second line. It's on the line. So this one would be D, or C1. This one would be E, because it's in alphabetical order, guys, or C3. And we call the second tape C3 because your 2 actually goes in the middle of that, but we're not going to use 2 just yet. So I want you to focus on the tapes. So E is C3, and then what letter comes after E? A, B, C, D, E, F. Okay, so the F would be your C4, and that's the one with the pinky right here. Okay? And then you can keep on going up from every other string, because C, D, E, F, the next one would be open G. It's like a scale, okay? One note at a time. The next one would be A, or G1. Next one would be on the next line, which is B, or G3. And then the last one would be in the next space, C, or G4. Now guys, I'm going to take some time to talk about this because we had some confusion with this on the 9 weeks test. Just because the letter name of the note is C, or D, or A, or G, does not necessarily mean that it's an open string. If it's on these lines, right here, then those are your open strings only. Okay, because look, we have a D right here. C1 is also called D, but you also have your open D. They're not the same thing. So you can't assume just because it's the same letter that it's your open string, because this D sounds lower than this D. You also have another D that's on your A string. It's your A4, okay? So let me show you real quick, standing up. It's probably going to sound horrible, but whatever. All right. C1 or D would sound like this. Open D would sound like this. And then A4 would sound like this. So, da, da, okay? They're all D notes, but one is way low one is in the middle, and one is up high. Okay, so you have to know the differences of those. Knowing where the open strings are is really going to help with that, guys. So make sure you're studying your finger chart, and make sure that you're putting your fingers down and doing that exercise that I showed you. Now, with the ledger lines on top, because this one would just go D, D1 or E right here in the space, D3 or F sharp, and then G in this space right here. So it's pretty much like this. But A, the next one up would be B or A1. So it's A string with your first finger on the first tape. The next one up would go on a ledger line because we're going past the staff. Okay, so line, space, line. This one is called C sharp. And it's also A3, that's the position. All right? Then on top, the next one up from that one, you would draw one ledger line again and draw the note on top. And that would be D or A4. That's the position. All right? And I know I'm only drawing whole notes here, guys, but you can make them in, they also work for half notes, for quarter notes. Okay? It doesn't matter the note type, it just matters where it is on the staff, or if it's below or above. That's going to tell you what finger and what string to play. Now you're probably wondering, Mr. Nava, you drew this half note with the stem going up, but then this quarter note up here, you drew the stem going down. Why? Why are you trying to confuse me? What you doing to me, Nava? Let me explain. When you have half notes or quarter notes or eighth notes that are below the middle line of the staff, the stems go on the right side of the note and up, okay? But once you get past this middle line, because if you have a note on the middle line, it's still going to go up, all right? But as soon as you get above here, the stems are going to go down on the left of the note, okay? This is the way music is written. I didn't make the rules, I'm just explaining it to you. So the next one up would be look like this. It can be a half note, it could be a whole, it could be a quarter note, it could be an eighth note. Okay, that would be an upside down eighth note. And all the notes, even on ledger lines, are going to have the stems going down if they're above. If they're below, they're all going to be going up. Okay, just so there's no confusion there. So guys, please make sure that you are working on this, okay? Because like I think I said it before, but as soon as we get back, I want to jump into the other 3 songs of Guess This Song Warriors, and I'm going to give you new music, okay? And I want to make sure that we can start playing it, because that's the fun of the class, guys. Playing the music is the fun of the class. The boring part is going over this stuff, which is why I made a video of it. So just in case you need a refresher, you can look at it whenever you want. It's there for you. But if we don't practice this, guys, it's going to take us a long time to start having fun in orchestra. So please work on it as much as you can. If you have questions, please write them down in the comment section below, and I'll try and answer them the best that I can. I'm here for you guys. Please let me know if you have any questions. And practice, guys. If you haven't gotten a clip-on tuner yet, you need to get one, okay? Because I can tune you in class, but when you take it home, if it goes out of tune, you're just going to be like, oh, well, I can't practice. No, you should still practice. You need to have a tuner, okay? But yeah. Thank you very much for watching this video, and I hope you're having a great break. I can't wait to see you guys when we get back, and have a great day. Bye.